if you can, write down what you need to let go of in 2018, hey Carol, to move toward more freedom. And so it's my belief that we all are highly intelligent. Like, we know deep in our heart and our soul the answers. And it's just really us taking the time to deeply listen to ourselves, and then having the courage to move toward those answers in the community of support. So if you know what you need to let go of in 2018 to move toward more freedom for yourself, if you could just write a comment. Yeah. And then we're going to do a breath practice, but I just wanted to share something. So this morning, I got up early to do my sadhana, and my plan was to go to a 6 a.m. asana yoga class. And so I did my morning practice, I did my breath practice, my meditation, and then as I was about to go out the door to leave, like, just something in me just said, don't, like, just stay here at home today. And so, hey Sarah, hey Lori, hey Janine, thanks for listening. Just write down a comment of what you know you need to let go of in 2018 to feel more freedom and peace in your life. I would love to hear. And I'm getting to sharing mine. So anyway, so I didn't leave the house today. And my son woke up at 6:30 crying because he had a sore throat. And if I was at that yoga class, I wouldn't have been there for him. And so it was just a reminder to me that we need to, like, deeply listen to ourselves. And if we do, especially as women, there's that wisdom that's there, but a lot of times our mind doubts it. You know, because this morning I was fighting my mind, like, I need to go to yoga, I need to get my asana in, but yet there was this inner knowing. And so for me, too much even. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we need to let go of. And what I'm really aware of in 2018 for myself, and I think for a lot of women, is that in my life, I have been very masculine in my energy, very action oriented and driven, like going after, fears. Let's see, we have some what we need to let go of: fear, fear of change, what others think. Really focusing on finding self-worth and abundance. And that's the divine feminine. And like I was saying, like, I think for many women and myself as well, like, I've been very masculine in my life, like action oriented, driven, like having a goal, like in my mind that I want to achieve, and like going after that goal at all costs. And I turned 50 a few months ago, and what's really up for me right now, and I think a lot of women that I know in my life, is bringing in the more feminine, the divine feminine, the softness, the more subtle, the more fluid, water-like quality action, and a deep, deep ability to trust, like trust our inner wisdom, to trust the subtle messages that we're getting from our body, from our heart and our soul, regardless of whether or not it makes sense to the logical mind. You know, so today, again, I had that subtle whisper to stay home instead of going to yoga class, but yet my mind was going crazy. But I'm learning to trust those subtle whispers from the soul. And it's your journey too, for sure, right? So coming into the feminine, and someone said this to me the other day, someone who I'm doing some work with that's like being so helpful to me. She was talking about the divine feminine as having total trust in the unknown, right? And being fully in the moment with whatever is present in the moment. Again, deeply listening to the self and that inner wisdom. And as we do that and start to trust that and move with that, then things will just unfold before our eyes. But it's a very different way of being in the world, because what we've all been taught from our conditioning and our culture is you have a goal and you go after it, like this way, like very directive, which isn't bad or wrong. Like we achieve a lot that way, but we're coming into a new way of being where things are more like this, right? They're fluid, they're moving. We start moving toward a goal, and then maybe something else comes in and we start moving that way. And then we start moving that way. And it's, again, this ability to really deeply be with ourselves, to deeply listen, and to deeply trust. But that is super challenging to do in our world, which is why I think it's so important that we come together as community to support one another. And Anyway, so if you have anything to add, I would love to hear. And again, please write down what you're wanting or know that you need to let go of this year. And so I'm letting go of this more masculine energy and really moving into this more feminine of being softer and kinder and gentler with myself. And that doesn't mean, like, sometimes, being feminine doesn't mean like that we never do like powerful practices. That means that we have this deep knowing. Like some days I need a freaking hardcore spin class. Other days I need a very gentle, soft practice. Yeah, of course, I will definitely link to resources. And then the feminine too is this like being able to sit and be still and to listen. And so, meditation is key in that. And what's helped me so much with coming into a place of stillness with the very active mind is to do these Kriya sets. So I do a lot of Kriyas. I freaking love Kriyas. So they come from the Tantra tradition of yoga. And I learned them from my teacher in India, which is why I go back there all the time to learn all this cool stuff. And they're mantra based, either a sound that you make, a movement in the body, or a breath practice. And it really shifts energy very quickly in a very powerful way. And I usually do Kriyas before I drop into that place of stillness. And when I'm in that place of stillness is when I can deeply listen to myself. Hey, Paige. Good to see you. So I'm going to teach you one of my favorite breath practices. And I first learned this just recently on my most recent trip to India in November. And we did this breath practice in class. And I was just like, what is this? Like sometimes these breath practices are hardcore, but I love it. It balances the right and left hemispheres of the brain, the masculine and the feminine, and we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, and it balances those two polarities. Yeah, and as yogis, we're moving toward union, oneness. There's no us and them, either or. We're moving toward this oneness. So this practice, again, merging the left and right hemispheres, the masculine and the feminine, the more direct action-oriented still versus a more fluid, creative, moving, and balancing those energies within us. And you probably already know for yourself whether or not you're more, quote, like masculine in your energy or more feminine. You know, I don't know. But it balances that. So I'm getting my sweater off, as you can see. It's like a hardcore breath practice. So I'm going to move this back. So hopefully you can hear me. And again, if you've joined, write out what you're letting go of in 2018, what you are bringing in. In order to receive, we have to let go. And if you make it, hey Don, good morning. So if you put it up somewhere in your house, then it's in your consciousness as well. You know, if you just put it somewhere that you can see every day, you bring it into your awareness. So this breath practice, your fingers are spread wide, your arms are out like this, 60 degrees. I don't know if you could really see. The fingers spread wide, and you're going to inhale and hit the right elbow to the right side of the body. And you want to do this seated, and then exhale through the mouth as the left elbow comes down. So this is a really powerful breath practice, and you're really filling your nervous system with energy, with prana, with life force. I love these breath practices because it really helps you to come alive. And again, the movement is working on your brain functioning as well as balancing the left and right hemispheres. And as you hit the elbows to your sides, you're detoxing and cleansing the nervous, the lymphatic system. So wherever you're at, I invite you to join me. And hi, Shannon. So good to see you guys. So I invite you to join me. So sit somewhere. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit on a chair. Just make sure you're tall in your spine. Reach your arms up 60 degrees. You can't quite see me. Relax the shoulders away from the spine. You can keep your eyes open or close your eyes down. You're going to inhale, hit the right elbow to the right side, palm stays open. And then exhale, left elbow down through the mouth, exhaling through the mouth. So it goes like this. So it's a powerful breath. And my invitation is to do it fully. Yeah, without any expectation, just allow yourself to be in the experience. We're going to do it together for probably the next minute or two. And deeply commit. Yeah, deeply commit to being all in your experience. Here we go. Inhaling as the right elbow hits, exhaling through the mouth as the left elbow hits. Stick with it. Don't give up on yourself. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the thighs, come back to normal breathing. Stabilizing the energy as you come back to your breath in and out through the nose. And then opening your eyes. You could just arch your spine forward and back. And that's one of my favorite breath practices to do anytime you need to clear the mind, come into a place of stillness. It's great to do before meditation. You can just stay in stillness after that to stabilize. And again, this deep, deep listening. Like I said at the beginning, I really truly believe that everyone has the answers that they are seeking inside. It's just creating space to deeply, deeply listen. And so that's kind of my passion, and that's why I'm leading a 5-day bliss meditation starting on Sunday. It could be, you can meet in person or online. Message me, or there's information on my website, but it's a Kriya-based meditation practice. We'll also be doing some asana and some discussion about connecting to the state of bliss and joy inside and manifesting